Supervisors regular meeting. Thank you for your coming today. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes of the February 3rd, 2015 regular meeting with the canvass held on February 6th, 2015. The canvass of votes for Southeast Webster Grand and Prairie Valley special school election held on February 3rd, 2015.
So moved. I'll second that.
A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 2 on the agenda is receive and place on file drainage repairs. I don't believe we have them today. Item 3 on the agenda, approve salary adjustment for April Wickland to $15.96 per hour effective February 11, 2015 for labor agreement.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the salary adjustments.
Second. A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 4 on the agenda, approve employment status of Sarah Lewis from part-time clerk to full-time clerk effective February 23rd, 2015 for recommendation of Jan Messler, County Treasurer. Mr. Chairman, I move item 4.
I'll second.
A motion is second. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 5 on the agenda, adopt resolution to establish the term of office for Coleman Sanitary Sewer District trustees.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adopt this resolution establishing the term of service.
Second. A motion is second. Any comment on that? Anyone comment on that? Any questions on it? I can read it, I guess. You want me to read it?
Options. Cutting to the chase,
That's
6 years.
It has to be 6 years?
No, that's what our resolution says.
Oh, it says, okay.
The code, section 358.9, sets out that the terms shall be staggered, and that's why the first one will expire on January 2nd of 2017, the next one will expire on January 2nd of 2019, and then the third one in 2021. The board can pick, you guys can pick whether their terms from 3 to 6 years. I just arbitrarily put 6 years in there because I figured the longer we can go without them calling a special meeting for to elect trustees, the better. So that is up to you guys.
Any comments from the Coleman District, I guess? You guys have any concerns?
You think 6 years? Okay, 6 years sound good to us.
So under this system, they're still going to have their own private meeting to elect those people,
Correct.
not during the election for the county or anything?
Correct.
Okay.
They'll have a special meeting.
But you're still going to set it up where they're staggered, right? Isn't that by you guys?
And how is that started up since they're basically starting with all new people?
The first term will expire on January 2nd of 2017.
Whose turn?
But for all, whose term
That
are
will
the
be
3?
Melissa Evans.
Okay.
So
And then if they elect 2 new people or don't, whoever my understanding is they're elected 2 people.
Right. Yep, and one of the reasons we're doing that is to set these terms. So then the second person will expire on January 2nd, 2019. The third person, January 2nd, 2021.
How are you picking that second and third person at that meeting?
I will just use the first person who's elected, the first person who's drawn. However, they choose
The
that.
highest vote getter. or
Yeah,
something.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think for them, they need to know that going
Yep,
in.
definitely.
So they're not arguing after the fact on
And
who's.
when we put it on file, after their meeting on February 24th, the board the following Tuesday will place on file the names of the 2 people who were elected at that special meeting. We will set out in the agenda when that term expires.
Yeah,
I have a little concern about in our resolution. There seems to be a lack of clarity on who's going to serve till 2019 and who's going to serve till 2021. If we're going to say here, I think we need to say either that the top vote getter serves till 2021, the second top vote getter serves till 2019 or something to that effect.
And that follows my question.
Yes. Because I'm a little concerned that it doesn't really say.
Can we just set it up where maybe the district picks president, vice president, and secretary, and go by label?
I would say that's a whole different issue than
Yeah.
terms.
Okay.
do it that way, the top vote getter. I can add that either way.
I would like to see language put in there so that in the future, there's no question that, and there's no sense of, this is not fair kind of thing.
And this will just happen the first time.
Yeah, correct, okay.
Then this be put into a set of bylaws, so it will go from 2, 4, 6, if they want a 3-year or a 3-term thing, they can do it.
The code says that the Board of Supervisors sets the term.
Okay.
And that's essentially what we're doing. We're gonna make them all 6-year terms eventually, but in order to get the staggering going, this resolution is establishing that staggering, path, so to speak. I would like to see the resolution revised for language to be specific on who's gonna get that 2019 and who's gonna get that 2021, so that there's no conflict, and misunderstanding.
Yeah, we've got plenty of those.
Really?
So what I would propose is that this be amended to say that the trustee receiving the highest number of votes at the special meeting of the Pullman Sanitary District on February 24th, 2015, shall hereby serve a term expiring on January 2nd, 2019. The trustee elected at the special, or the trustee receiving the second highest number of votes at the special meeting of the Pullman Sanitary District Board of Trustees on February 24th, 2015, shall hereby serve a term expiring on January 2nd of 2021.
I don't want to confuse the issue, but it would be my opinion to reverse those.
I think so too.
Yeah, reverse
I
the
agree.
highest vote getter is probably the one you want,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, reverse those two. That's fine.
Okay, I will make those changes.
Carol, you got any concerns with one side of the election? Is that okay?
It doesn't have to.
Well-
It doesn't anymore. Doesn't have anything to do with it.
They still apply, special meeting.
So can we adopt this resolution as amended today?
Any other questions?
When she's done writing, we have a read back of this. We're pretty sure. Although I do want to point out that you said that these people would expire after 6 years, and I
Yep.
think their term needs to expire, not the people.
The term thereafter shall be for a term of 6 years.
Well,
Dang it, you took fun out of that one, Mark.
well, you already need help.
Listen, listen, the more seasoned I become, the more sensitive I am about expiration dates.
I believe,
Yes.
we understand now.
The time is near.
Yes.
It's quicker than you think.
How much longer are you gonna be on this board?
You know, it's sad to think I'm over the hill and never reach the top.
Only halfway a
We
week.
can arrange it.
Did you want her to read it now again? or-
Yeah,
Do you want me to read the whole thing?
just the part that we modified.
Okay. Be it further resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Webster County, Iowa, that the trustee receiving the highest number of votes at the special meeting of the Pullman Sanitary District Board of Trustees on February 24th, 2015, shall hereby serve a term expiring on January 2nd, 2021.
For 6 years.
Be it further resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Webster County, Iowa, that the trustee receiving the second highest number of votes at the special meeting of the Pullman Sanitary District Board of Trustees on February 24th, 2015, shall hereby serve a term expiring on January 2nd, 2021. And the last paragraph is, be it further resolved that each term thereafter shall be for a term of 6 years.
Clarifying the last one, you just read, you said 2021.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry about
That
that.
sounds good.
Do we have to do a different motion?
Just vote on that. Do it stand?
On the amendment first.
I'll make a motion, we approve the amendment to the resolution as read by County Attorney.
I'll second that.
Motion second, any comments on the amendment? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Now we vote on the resolution adopted. Item 6 on the agenda, receive and place on file Melissa Evans as Coleman Sanitary Sewer District trustee following a special meeting of said district to elect a trustee held on February 2nd, 2015.
Move item 6.
I'll second that.
Motion is second, any comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 7 on the agenda, approved purchase of computer equipment in the amount of $5,558.36 for county attorney's office per quote from Gov Connection.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve it. Purchase of computer equipment from county attorney.
Second.
Motion is second, any comments from the attorney on that?
Andy, we're purchasing laptops for each of the attorneys. We have, currently each have a laptop that was purchased in 2011. All of them are having problems. I discussed with Andy our options as far as getting them fixed or purchasing new computers. He priced some of the repairs that were needed and determined that it would be more cost effective for us to just purchase new computers. He got 2 different quotes, one for Dell laptops and one for HP laptops. The HPs were cheaper, and that's the quote I provided to you, and those were also the computers he recommended. So the quote includes docking stations, the laptops themselves, and any other equipment like power cords and batteries and things like that.
Any questions?
Just for all 5 attorneys.
Yes, 5 attorneys.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 8 on the agenda, approve and authorize chair to sign contract agreement with Seneca Companies for tank closure at the law enforcement center.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the signing agreement with Seneca Companies.
I'll second that.
Motion is second, Darrell, you want to comment on that?
This is for we looked into the removal or filling of the oil storage tank in the alley here. We're replacing the generator in the LEC building with a generator across the street that will have its own storage tank underneath. And so we will be removing that generator from the building, and then that tank becomes obsolete. In working with different Johnson Controls and contractors and Seneca, we came to the conclusion that the tank needs to be filled instead of removed there. I think we would have preferred removal, but due to the location next to the foundation of the building and some utility work in the alley, it really would be quite expensive and difficult to remove the tank. Seneca Company is, I think, the #1 company to handle this kind of work in the state. The bid is for $18,359.12. They basically are going to do all the testing and the filling of the tank and all that once the generators move. So I tried to solicit 2 other bids from other Iowa companies. I did it by email and really had no response back from either company that they even wanted to talk to me about bidding the project. So with that said, I would say we just sign it with Seneca. There is a $15,000 state grant that we'll be applying for closure of tanks. Not a guarantee that we're going to get it, but a good possibility, I believe, that we'll get that. So the cost of $3,000 or $4,000 to take care of that tank will be good. And then we will have a $12,000 gallon tank sitting there in the alley. So
It'll still be there when you build.
correct.
It's the diesel fuel tank, you said oil.
Oh, sorry.
It's the diesel fuel tank, and one of the big reasons we're not moving is it's 12,000 gallon tank, so it's a huge tank. It'd be a big thing to move it. This is just gonna be easier and safer, and in the end, it's gonna be.
Well, in the 30 plus years since it's been put in, there's been a lot of utility put in at the top of it.
Yeah.
And it would be extremely expensive to remove that.
Yeah.
So we were thinking of that.
There's utilities all the way around, and it's kind of amazing, so. And then we also, just as a side note, we are planning on putting our new air conditioning units on top of it, basically. And so with taking it out, you would have settling issues and everything this way on the state.
So we had questions on the tank closure? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 9 on the agenda is to approve and authorize county engineer to sign agreement with Iowa DOT and Union Pacific Railroad for installation of 12-inch LED flashing light signals, gate arms, and projection circuitry at railroad crossing on Hayes Avenue south of Route Viewpoint.
Mr. Chairman, I'm making a motion to approve the agreement and authorize the county engineer to sign.
I second that.
Motion is second. Any comments on the railroad crossing?
Okay, I will send you an email about this, but I'll read part of it. And my comments on item 9 apply to agenda item 10. But these two rail crossing improvements on Hayes and on 160th were submitted and developed by the Union Pacific and the Iowa DOT. Obviously, Union Pacific owns the rail line. The Iowa DOT administers the grant funds, and it's a county road that the rail goes across. 90%, each crossing is estimated to cost $190,000, and 90% of the project cost will be paid by federal safety funds, and the remaining 10% will be paid by the Union Pacific. And then Webster County is going to be responsible for all pavement markings, which doesn't apply here because they're on granular surface roads. And we are responsible for advanced warning signs that are in place and to be maintained, and that's a common practice we do every day. And then we ensure that there's clear line of sight for the motorists as they approach the rail crossing. So I don't have any other comments. Maybe one more thing I should tell you is to be considered for funds, the predicted accident rate must be 0.075 or greater, and obviously these two must have been greater than that for them to qualify.
That was my question, why did you pick these two?
The one on, I didn't do a big search of accident history. The one on the Hayes, there was an accident there. A local resident was killed across the track of the train. And they, obviously that made the accident history qualify. The one that's northeast of Fort Dodge near the Mid-America substation, that's on 160th. It's an east-west road. I didn't do any research on that, but apparently there must have been something that triggered. Again, we received a call about 30, 60 days ago to meet the DOT and the Union Pacific at both sites for a field review. And Jamie, my assistant Jamie, went out and participated. And that was the first we knew of this and so forth.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 10 on the agenda is to approve and authorize county engineer to sign agreement with Iowa DOT and Union Pacific Railway for installation of 12-inch LED flashing light signals, gate arms, and projection circuitry at railroad crossing on 160th Street east of Sampson Avenue.
Chairman, I move item 10.
Second.
Motion is second. Any comments on that question? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. This time, it's citizens' opportunity to address the board with items not on the agenda. Board of Supervisors, county reports?
I have nothing to say.
Yes. The city has a meeting tonight to talk about the comprehensive plan, so if you have to,
And
and tomorrow night, you want to know where the future of Fort Dodge is going, this is your time to put your input in, I guess. If you want to have a say of what you think should be happening in the next 15, 20 years. Tomorrow night's time to do it.
Yeah, Clark and I's districts are along the river, tomorrow night's the riverfront, so if you have any input, make sure you put it on.
Sheila and I are going to a meeting this afternoon about it, I think about the same thing, so. We'll be attending that.
just to report on the mental health side of things, the County Social Services Group did implement their new organizational structure, which I've said in the past is a good thing for
Being nothing else, motion to log claims?
So moved.